Hey everybody, this is William and welcome back to Bushido Gamer. I know I've been gone for a while, was sick for a little while, and then I kind of ran out some games, had to get some new games to play, but I am back. So, welcome to Bushido Gamer, game with passion and game with honor. So, today we got a new game. This game is going to be Red Dragon Inn by Slugfest Games. So this game is it's actually a pretty big game. Really, what I said is it's a lot of parts of this game. Like right now, I picked up number 3, but I know when I actually tried it out the first time over at Kingdom Con, we was playing the character trove, which was number 7, which is a much bigger box and actually has storage spaces so you can actually put all of your character decks that you've collected through all of the games. And what's cool is because no matter which version of the game, which part of the game you get, it's its own game by itself. You don't actually have to have like a base game from other ones or anything like that to play. You can pick up any of them and just play. Even if you picked up the little 2-character one, you can still play just with those 2 characters and there's not a problem. But of course, the more characters you purchase, the more characters you pick up, the more players you can play at a time too. So this is expandable to a pretty big party game. So, Red Dragon Inn, I'm on number 3. Let's get into it. Alright, so the number 3 when I got it, it actually came with enough players or enough characters for 4 players to play the game. I actually did pick up one of the expansions, character expansions, so it gave me 2 more characters, so now my game can do 6 characters. So we're gonna look at two of the characters that came with it. One is Wizgil, the Tinkerer. He's a gnomish artificer, and then Kalen, the Renegade, which is a pixie enchanter. I'm gonna use both of these because they both have a little additional deck that comes with it. So let's look at the setup. So when you get the game, and the one I got, it came with 4 of these little boards right here. These boards right here is your player board. Okay. Now I have seen on other ones where they have a bit nicer looking player boards, like this one right here, which actually has a character art on it, and you know it's a smaller thing, but it has a section you put your deck, your discard, and then in this case it has your drink me pile, and then you put your other cards on top. So it makes it look better. Makes it look a little bit more nicer with this little smaller card. But we're gonna do it this one here. So we're gonna set this up as a 2-player. So we're just gonna do like this and like this. There we go. All right. So we got 2 players. We have our Wizgil. We'll do a quick shuffle, and his deck is going to go in this first spot. His gears are going to be put on the side of it. So I'm going to put his extra deck on the side. And then we have the Drink Me deck. I'm going to put that over here. So here goes Caitlin's deck. Put that over here. And Wolfric, her companion. I'm going to put that on this side over here so you have it. And then each one, we're going to start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to start off with 8 gold each. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, the purpose of this game is you want to cause your opponents to either lose all of their gold, that's what these little tokens are, or you want their alcohol level to surpass their fortitude. So think of the fortitude as your health. That's how stable you are. But the higher the alcohol level is, the more drunk you are getting. So if at any point your alcohol level passes your fortitude, then you're too drunk to basically stand, so therefore you lose. Or at any point if you are out of gold, you're too broke to buy any more drinks, so therefore you lose. So all the cards that you get are all meant to either help you regain fortitude, lessen how much drink you're taking, try to make it to somebody else takes more drink or more alcohol, or even take gold from other people by doing like gambling and stuff. Okay, so I need this now. Aside from the decks, you have another set called a Drink Me deck. And what you're going to do at the beginning is that each character is going to have a Drink Me card. So the way that the turn order works, first you discard and draw. Now you start with 7 cards in your hand. You're always going to start with 7 cards in your hand. So if you decide to, you could, if you want, discard your entire hand at the beginning of your turn and then draw all 7 new cards, or keep whatever cards you want that's in your hand already, and then discard the rest of them and draw that up to 7 cards. But you're always going to have 7 cards in your hand. So that's your first part, is your discard and your draw. After you're done with that, then you go into your action. So you get the one action. The one action is one of your cards that you play. And then once you play that card, then you buy a drink or order a drink. When you do it, when you're buying a drink, you're going to pick up a drink card from the drink deck, and you're going to give it to any one of your characters that you have in the game. Okay, so let's say we give it to this one here, then it goes on top of the drink me deck. And then after you've ordered your drink, then you go ahead and flip over your drink me card. So let's say if I had this drink right here, I go ahead and do my drink. I flip it over. In this case, it's an event, and I gotta follow what it says. Other cases, it might be something like this one, where it says you give one alcohol level, but you get +4 fortitude. So let's say if I was at 14 and I was at 9, or I say I was at 12. No, let's say 13. So let's say I was at 14 fortitude and 13 alcohol. My alcohol will go up to 14, but my fortitude will go +4, so there goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm still safe. I'm not dead just yet, but I'm getting really close. Okay? I'm not dead, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's do we're going to do a quick playthrough of the game. I'm going to put my drink deck over here. We have our cards over here. The first thing you do is you're going to start off with 7 cards in your hand. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Kaylin. And 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 for Wizgil. Okay, so each side has their cards that they start off with. And then you decide who you want to go first. You decide who goes first, and then someone say that Kaylin goes first. So the first thing you do, if you want to, I'm not gonna do any discards or draws. So I'm gonna keep what we have, and I choose what I want in here. So I'm gonna do, let's see. Now on here there are cards that have that say sometimes, and some that says anytime, some that says gambling, and some that says action. So an anytime card is exactly that. You can play it anytime, even if it's on somebody else's player or someone else's turn. Now with Kaylin the Renegade, she has a companion. So at the end of her turn, after she does her drink, she flips over her companion, and that's going to stay into play until the beginning or until the end of her next turn. So right now her companion is not in play. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to do the one here. We're going to play Do Not Mess With Me. It's an action card. Each other player loses 1 fortitude. So I do this, and Wizgil goes down fortitude. Then that's my action. Now I go into order a drink. So I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to put it on top of Wizgil's drink deck. And then I do my drink, which this is not supposed to be there. So I go ahead and drink mine. I flip over the top one. This particular one is a drinking contest. So the drinking contest, each player reveals a card from the drink deck and drinks it. The player who reveals a drink with the highest alcohol content, even if they avoid the effects of the drink, wins 1 gold from each other player. If there's a tie, then the players who tied reveal the drink again until there is a winner. The effects of a drink event card are ignored and they count as 0 alcohol content. So, drinking contest, we each pick up a drink card, we flip it over. Alright, so this one actually has a additional thing on here. So you look at it, it has a little plus right there next to it over here, right? So that plus means a chaser. So you do this first one, which is already 2, and then you flip over the next one and you add that to it. So it had another drink to a chaser. So it gives actually a total of 4 or 6. So, but this particular one, the chaser is Gambler's Grog, or it's Gambler's Grog. It's either 4 alcohol, or you can pay 2 gold to the end to pass Gambler's Grog to another player. But you can't do it if it was an event of a chaser or a drink event, so they're kind of stuck with it. So This person, Wizgill, is going to take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on mine, I only just lose 1 fortitude before dirty dishwater drink. That was disgusting. But because Wizgill actually had 6, his was higher. Then I got to pay on one go because of what the drink contest did. And then this gets discarded along with these, and that's gone. So that the drink is discarded. I have no drink on me right now, and then it goes to the next person's turn. So we go into Wizgill's turn, and let's see. Take control over the gambling. Okay, so in this one, we're going to do this. We're going to look at things. So one of the things you do, you want to try to make your opponent get more drunk than you are, everybody else, or you want to try to take their gold. So one way you take their gold is start gambling. So this right here is a card called Gambling. I'm in. Action is gambling. You start a round of gambling. Each player, including you, must ante. So this one antes up. I ante up, and then it's going to go back around, and it's going to see if anybody else is going to play a card, like a cheating card or anti-card or take control of the gambling. So it come back around to me, or to Kaylin, and actually it's cool. So Kaylin actually has a card called Gambling. It says, I raise. So the raise card, she takes control of the gambling, which means now it's under her control, which means if somebody else doesn't take control, then when it comes back around, then everybody else passes, and then she takes all the gold from the pot. But also, she increases the ante as well because it's a race. So then it comes back over to Wizgill, and he says, you know what? Do the same thing. He's going to raise as well. So they both ante again, and now Wizgill is back in control of the gambling. Let's come back to Kaylin. Kaylin's going to play Winning Hand. So take control of the round of gambling, plus the next card to take control must be a cheating card. So this is how you can get to the point where you can stop the whole gambling. And you know what? They don't have. So Wizgill doesn't have one, so he passes. It comes back around since nobody else is in. Kaylin Kaylin wins. She takes all the gold. These go to the discard. And it's still Wizgill's turn. I forgot to turn this over. So it's Wizgill's turn. So he's going to take his drink. Actually, he's going to buy a drink first. Put a drink on Kaylin. And then buy his drink. So his drink gives him +2 fortitude. Now he's already at 19, so he only can go up 1. It's holy water. That's a good drink, I guess. All right. Then that's it for that. So Kaylin's pal Wolfric has like different attitudes. Right now, Wolfric is feeling destructive. Immediately after you add gold to your stash, pay 1 gold to the end. So I'm gonna have to go and pay 1 gold back over to the end for that. Let's put it right here. Okay, now comes back over to Kaylin's turn, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna keep these 2. I'm gonna discard these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna draw 5 cards. And with my action, let's see if we can make the other player go broke. So we're going to start another round of gambling. Gambling, I'm in. Why not? That just sounds fun. So we're going to put in another raise of 1. Wizgill puts in 1. Comes back to Wizgill, and he's going to take control of it with a Winning Hand, which means that now I have to play a cheating card in order to win or continue going, and I don't have a cheating card. So Wizgill takes it. These get discarded. I've already done my action. Then I'm going to go ahead and buy a drink for Wizgill and then drink mine. And this one gives me +3, so I got a 3 right there. It was Pixie Punch. And then we reveal another Wolfric. This time Wolfric is feeling sad. Whenever a round of gambling begins, you may choose not to participate. You don't ante, and you can't play any gambling or cheating cards during that round. So get out of the gambling. And then we come back over to Wizgill, and I think we're going to go ahead and discard 2 of them. Now one thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now with Wizgill, he's a tinkerer, so he has these cards that have a gear on them. I always forget to do them too. But anytime you play a card that has a little gear, and you see the little gear on the very top of the card, this little icon. When you play one of those cards that has a gear in it, then you actually activate one of the gear cards and you use that card too. So, actually I don't think I've played it yet. So let's see. Okay, so now you could also decide not to do an action, especially if you have an action, if you have a card you want to play later, if you want to play doing a different phase. So I'm not going to do an action. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and order a drink. But I'm also going to play this right here. When you play this card during your order a drink phase of your turn, after ordering at least one drink, you order 2 additional drinks. And it has a gear, so we're going to go ahead and turn over a gear. This card, the card you play takes effect, but you subtract 1 from the numeric effects. So that makes you a little sad. It's a minor malfunction. So I use that card. So instead of ordering 2 additional drinks, I only get to order 1 additional drink. So I put another one in here that we order from them. And then this gets discarded. And they do their drink. It is a dark ale, so it increases by 1. And then this gets discarded and then goes over to Kaylin's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm only going to draw 1 card for this one this time. And for Kaylin, if she's going to do this, we're going to pick another player and they lose 2 fortitude. So we're going to drop it down to 18 for that one. We played that one. We buy a drink. And you can see how this goes. You're basically repeating the same process over and over again. Oh, that sucks. I got Pixie Punch for the Chaser. With Gnomish Inspirational Ale, draw 2 cards from your character deck. Well, that part is nice. I get to draw 2 cards, but I take a 5. And then these go away. Okay, so anyway, I mean, we can stop right there and we go ahead and bring in another one. There's no effect because he's content. But that's basically how the game plays. And you continue going back and forth with all your players until somebody ends up getting too drunk to continue, and then they stop. Now here goes a little bonus in this game. For adults, of course. Anybody who's 21 over who can drink. Whenever you are forced to take a drink, then you take a real drink. Nice little addition that you can do in the game. Make it into a little fun drinking, like a little party drinking game. I know my friends are going to party do that this weekend. So anyway, so this is Red Dragon Inn. This is one of many Red Dragon Inn. In fact, actually, there are other character packs that you can get. There's other companion packs you can get as well, and a lot of other different boxes that have a bunch of other characters you can play as well and stuff. So this game is crazy expandable, which makes it really fun to play and really fun to play a lot of times. I will tell you this much: my wife does like this game too, and that is a rarity. So anytime that we play a game and she likes it, I always have to mention it because she doesn't like a lot of games. So that's the game, Red Dragon Inn. I definitely recommend you go pick it up. Alright, so let's take a look at the ratings for this one. So, gameplay, replay value, fun factor, theme, and rules. So, gameplay, I would give this game a 5 on gameplay. The gameplay is easy. It actually is easy to pick it up. I learned it the first day I played it. And you know, there was a few things that I had to ask afterwards, but I didn't look at the rule book the first time I played it. I had some people teaching me how to play it, so you know, sometimes that's a hit and miss. But it was actually really easy to pick up. Even after I got the game myself and I played it, I picked it up fairly easy, and I was able to teach my wife in one day, and then it didn't take a lot of time to do it. So the gameplay definitely is easy to play, so I'll give that a 5. For the fun factor, this game is fun, and it's only intensified by more characters. The nice thing is this: each one of the different characters has their own set of cards. Therefore, they also kind of have their own changes as far as like how you play them and stuff too. So they all have their own little thing to them, which makes it even more fun. So I'll say the fun factor, I'll give it a 5 for the fun factor because it's very it's expandable, plus each character is his own little thing, so they don't all play like the same little cookie cutter kind of thing. The theme is cool as hell because it essentially is like not really medieval, well, basically like medieval-ish warriors inside of a tavern. So, and you know, the artwork is really cool. The art for the drinks are really pretty cool. The artwork as a whole is really nice. I didn't really care too much for this little board thing, but it's okay because, you know, they have the other ones that do look like this one that have a bit more style to them. So, you know, that's a forgiving factor for that. I mean, yeah, you're gonna always have a base game that's gonna have something like this, and then you expand it out and you get better ones anyway. So that's fine. But for the theme, I would give it a. That might be a perfect one. I actually give the theme a 5 on this one because I do love the graphics that they have. I love the artwork that they use for the game and stuff too. So, you know, it makes it look really cool. For replayability, this one has a very high replay value. The reason why is because, you know what, even if you got this box, the number 3 box, or number 4 box, number 5 box, and you played and played and played and played and played until you played all the characters, you go out and pick up a character pack, you got 2 more characters you can play now, you expanded it more. Now you have new characters and new style to play. You go out there and you pick up another box, you got maybe three or 4 more characters. You go pick up a companion box, now you got some more things you can do in there to add to your characters and stuff. So everything you pick up on it expands the game further and further, makes it a lot more fun to play, makes it much more apt to want to play it again because you like playing it, because you have all the new stuff you can do with it. So I would say the fun fact, or the replay, definite, without a doubt, I would give it a 5. I know everything's 5 on so far, but this game deserves it because it is that damn good of a game. Now the last thing is a rule book, and you know how me and rules are. I don't really like rules so much because sometimes they're really hard to follow. So this one right here, the rules are pretty hefty. There's a lot of different things on the rules, and it talks about, it has the primary rules, and it has other rules, and it has these special things, and then it has all this other stuff. I mean, for the most part, it is a good rule book because it does go into a lot of stuff. It is overwhelming at times because it goes into so much stuff. But if you want to just get the basic information of how to play the game, then you can just look at that first simple section and then look at the other rules later on as they come along. But definitely, yeah, the rules, I mean, the rules are pretty cool. They do give you a lot of information about it. I would give the rules about a 4.5 because, I mean, it's a lot of rules. It's a lot of stuff to read. I read this for like probably a half hour before I actually dug down and started playing the game myself. But nice cool thing about the rules also, this one actually gives you some player information and how to play each one of the character decks that comes in the rules, which is a good thing because when you get the new deck, they all each character deck has their own specific thing to do. Like for example, with Wizgo the Tinkerer, if you draw one of these that has a gear in it, then you draw a gear card as well, and you do what it says. With Kaylin, at the end of each of her turns, you also flip over a Wolfric companion card. With some of the others, they have their own little things as well too. And each card that has, if they have an extra deck, they have specific things you have to do with that extra deck as well at different times. So so it is good that they do give you the rules for each of those before, you know, when you get the game, because that way you're not completely lost and like, okay, how do I play this extra deck? What do I do with this deck? So in the rules, I still give it a 4.5 in it, but that right there is it. And I think that's everything right there. So the gameplay 5, theme is 5, the fun factor is a 5, the replay definitely a 5, and the rules about 4.5. So I'll put the link to their site on the video. It is Slugfest Games. I know they have, I don't know how many they have exactly. I think they have somewhere in the range of like 9 or something like that, maybe more or less. I'm not sure. I want to get more because the game is actually really fun to play, and I would like to get the other characters and just even to check them out. Obviously, yeah, you do have to pay for each one, but it's like buying a expansion for the game, which is still fine. But anyway, that's the game. Again, I know I've been gone for a while, so I am happy that you guys are back here watching the videos with me. Feel free to drop a like, feel free to drop a subscription, Let us know some comments of how you like the videos and so forth. As for the next game, so I am actually really seriously running out of games to review. I have now been doing this for a while, so I've reviewed pretty much almost all of the games that I already have that I own. So for the next game, I'm going to jump back into some cards, and I believe the next game that I'm going to review is going to probably be, I think I'm going to do Joking Hazard next. Yeah, Joking Hazard is a fun game. It's kind of the same concept as, almost a similar concept as Cards Against Humanity. So we're going to review Joking Hazard next. We're going to do that for next week. We're going to get this video uploaded, this one loaded up today, if possible. Right now it's Monday or Tuesday. So, as always, you guys, game with honor, game with passion. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.